How's it going, everybody? My name is Kenan Heppy. Welcome to the live stream. I am the Chinese Tones guy, and if you are learning Chinese for any reason at all, you are in the right place because here we are making sure we learn Mandarin Chinese the right way by focusing on tones and pronunciation. Mandarin Chinese, of course, is a tonal language, so we want to make sure that our tones and pronunciation are stellar so that we understand everything and so that we are understood. Okay? Can you hear me now? So let me know in the chat. Please type a 1 in the chat if you can hear me now. There was a microphone issue momentarily. Please type a 1 in the chat if you can hear me now. Please join that poll. Why are we learning Chinese? Is it to keep our brain healthy? Is it for school? Is it for business? Is it for more adventure in your life? How's it going, everybody? Huan Ying. Huan Ying. Chinese can absolutely help you achieve your dreams. It helped me achieve my dreams. For some of you who know me already, you've seen some of these pictures and clips before. I learned Mandarin Chinese as an adult from zero, and it absolutely changed my life because I stacked Mandarin Chinese on top of the skills I already had for acting and media. And I ended up becoming famous on Chinese social media and in some Chinese movies and TV shows. Had some of the wildest dreams of my acting career all come true. I got to work with world-renowned directors and famous actors. I got to be the lead in huge, big-budget movies and TV shows. Really, every actor's dream. I believe you can achieve whatever your dreams are through Mandarin Chinese as well. So if you are, if you're a student, if you're a nurse, if you're a doctor, if you're a plumber, if you're a lawyer, whatever skill you have, if you learn Mandarin Chinese and stack it on top of the skills you already have, you can bring your knowledge and your wisdom to the Chinese market, which is just an absolutely huge market. And Chinese people live pretty much everywhere as well. So you can stand out and be competitive in your industry, even without having to move to China. So what's up, everybody? On the agenda today, we are going to warm up with some news, some recent news. We're going to read some news out of a real Chinese article. We're going to play some matching games. We're going to encounter some vocabulary words that are friendly for all Chinese levels, even higher levels like HSK 4 to 6, and maybe some extras. All right, maybe some extras. We got let's see, 10 people in the chat. I want to see some extra votes. Can we get some more votes on this poll? So why are we learning Chinese? Are we keeping the brain healthy? Is it for school? Is it for business? Are we looking for more adventure in our life? Please enter your results, or not enter your results. Enter your opinion onto the poll. All right, just hydrating a little bit. Okay, let's end that poll. Check our results. And if you're new to this channel, please let me know in the chat. Welcome. We study Mandarin Chinese the right way here on this channel. Please introduce yourself. Let me know your name, where you're from, and why you're learning Chinese. Okay, so we can just dive right into it. Let's just dive right into it. So this is the article we are going to look at, you guys. And the headline is here. I'm going to circle that headline. And maybe, no, yeah, we can see that headline. All right, so I'm going to read this headline. Okay, this is a real, it's an excerpt from a real Chinese article published today. I'm going to read the headline first. Try to make note of my pronunciation and tones and see if you already know some of these words. Now, it looks like most of the people who answered that poll are learning Chinese for more adventure in their life. Okay. As with anything on my channel, as I am speaking Chinese, take the opportunity to try to parse out the pronunciation and tones, but also, if you can, if you're in a place where you can mimic along and follow along, try to pronounce what I'm pronouncing. There's no special hack to learning Mandarin Chinese. You have to get it through your body. You've got to get the sounds through your ears and out your mouth. So if you can also follow along to some extent, especially when we're reading the vocabulary words, that's going to be Very important. All right. The news headline for today. 8月14日至17日 ,2025 世界人形机器人运动会在北京国家体育场鸟巢和国家速滑馆冰丝带举行。All right, did we catch that? That was the headline. What are we talking about? 8月14日至17日2025世界人形机器人运动会在北京国家体育场鸟巢和国家速滑馆冰丝带举行。Okay, we have some fun words today. Let's see if I can reverse that and get rid of those blue lines. Got some fun words today. So, we're talking about the 4 tones of Mandarin Chinese. Let's go over some vocabulary words. The 4 tones of Mandarin Chinese, everybody. Very, very important. Okay, so we're going to focus on these tones when learning these words. Now, if you've worked with me before, you have seen this graph. All right? Please type a 1 in the chat if this is the first time you're ever seeing a diagram like this. The first time you're ever seeing a diagram like this. Scoovy's guessing that the article is something about countries meeting in Beijing. Sort of. Sort of. Okay, so if you're new to the channel, maybe you're watching a replay, I want to make sure that you're getting this, okay? We reference this chart a lot. These are the 4 tones of Mandarin Chinese. Count them. There's only 4 of them, okay? So to learn Mandarin, you don't have to be a perfect pitch wizard or anything like that. You just have to be able to parse out 4 different tones, okay? And high, medium, low, what does this graph mean? That is the range of it's your normal speaking range, where medium is like your normal speaking pitch, all right? I'm speaking here right now. This is my normal speaking range for me. That's medium. High is toward the higher end of your normal speaking range. You're not going into falsetto. You're not talking like that. Okay, and low is the lower end of your normal speaking range. You don't have to stress your body out to be like really low like that. Okay, it's just the lower end of your normal speaking range. So if we were to warm up with a syllable, let's call it ma, okay? If we were to cycle this syllable through the 4 tones, we would say ma, 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 ma. You can repeat after me. Ma, 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 ma. Can you hear the 4 tones when I do that? Let me know in the chat. Say yes if you can in the chat. Ma. First tone, high, flat, and unchanging. Ma. Second tone, starting at the medium end, at our normal speaking pitch, and steadily rising. Ma. Ma. Third tone, falling and rising. And notice, with the third tone, we rise higher. We end higher than where we started. Ma, ma. And fourth tone falling, starting where the first tone lives. Ma, 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 ma. Are you repeating after me? Are you repeating after me? What's up, everybody? Let me know in the chat. How's it going? The tones are. I'm gonna put a little poll out for the tones. I'm gonna put a little poll out for the tones. Okay, repeat after me. Ma, 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 ma. Okay, so I'm putting a little poll out. All right, with the tones of Mandarin Chinese, are they difficult? Can you hear them? Can you sort of hear them? Are you confident about them? Or you just don't know? We're warming up here with tones. Ma, 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 ma. Okay, good. We can warm up with a slightly different syllable. We need to be focusing on these tones, everybody. Mandarin Chinese is a tonal language. It's a tonal language. You got to get the tones right. What's up with this pen? Okay. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba. First tone, high, flat, unchanging. Second tone, starting at our normal speaking pitch, steadily rising. Ba. Third tone, falling and rising. Ba. And ba. Fourth tone, falling. Someone says, as a Chinese person, it's too easy. We are learning Mandarin Chinese here, so I agree. If you are a native speaker, this is probably something you already understand. There are a lot of helicopters flying by. Wow. Someone says, what to do if I don't know where to start from? Azra, do you mean start from in terms of learning? Soul says, hey, Kenan, hope you're... Oh, what's up, Soul? How's it going? So glad to see you here. Michael says, this randomly came to my recommendation. Now I'm intrigued. Michael, this is a sign from the universe. For some reason, you need to learn Mandarin Chinese. Listen to that signal. I wish I had listened to that signal earlier. The world had been sort of pointing me in the direction of Mandarin Chinese for a long time. Eventually, I finally did it, and it absolutely changed my life. I learned Mandarin Chinese as an adult, and I ended up acting in big budget movies and TV shows. And I got multiple six-figure jobs because of Mandarin Chinese. You can make yourself more competitive in the workplace. You can bring your skill to the Chinese market. It's good for your brain. It's good for your health. So many reasons. And awesome communities. When you're working with people who want to learn Mandarin Chinese, you're working with determined, serious, and cool people. All right, that's the kind of community I want to be in, right? And maybe you're like me. Let's see. DM, it's an early live stream. And these live streams are relatively new, you know. You're at the ground floor here. Okay, this randomly, let's see, what do I know? Azra, yes. Okay, so if you don't know where to start from, to learn Mandarin Chinese the right way, you need to start with tones and pronunciation. All right, it's a great question because I hear this question a lot. You want to learn Mandarin Chinese, you don't know where to start, you know it's kind of difficult. There's so much information out there. You need to start with tones and pronunciation. That's the proper way. You don't want to fall for these things of like, you know, there are video courses out there that just send you a bunch of videos, or there are apps where you're like learning flashcards and you're just memorizing a bunch of words. Those actually aren't structured programs that take you through, that help you build a strong foundation on which you can continue to build a solid understanding of Mandarin Chinese later. You want to make sure you can pronounce every single syllable in Mandarin Chinese. You want to make sure you understand the tones so that you have context for the things that you're hearing. Does that make sense? If you can't hear the tones properly and you're memorizing words, what does that mean? That means you're memorizing words incorrectly, okay? If you don't understand the tones and you're memorizing a bunch of words, what makes you think you would know how to memorize them correctly, right? That doesn't make sense. So if you understand tones and pronunciation as a strong foundation first, then as you move on to learn words and sentences and grammar, you have context for the sounds that you're hearing, and that will accelerate the speed at which you become fluent. And you won't have to go back and do the tired thing of having to relearn a bunch of words once you finally realize that tones make sense. Michael says, I just realized if you don't follow the tones, it's like saying hello, but instead of saying hello, you say hilly. Yeah, it's worse than that. It could be like saying hello or hell or car. Because when you change the tone on a Mandarin Chinese syllable, you change the word, okay? Like 10 means 10, but 湿 means wet, okay? And it's actually easy. Again, there are only 4 tones. Look at the screen. Only 4 tones. So you only have to learn 4 tones. Okay, so let's look at the basic vocabulary of today. We have 世界, 世界, which means world. All right, and as I'm going through these, take the opportunity to try to focus on the tones, you guys, and also to repeat after me. 世界, 世界, 2 fourth tones. 世界, that means world. 世界, awesome. Okay, then robot, 机器人, 机器人, which means robot. Excuse me for a second there. Okay, 机器人, that's a first tone, fourth tone, second tone. 机器人, 机器人, 机器人. Can you repeat after me? 机器人. That means robot. Very good. Okay, humanoid or human-like. 人形, 人形, 人形. 2 second tones, 2 rising tones. 人形, 人形. Awesome. Okay, a sports meet or a sports competition. 运动会. 3 fourth tones. 运动会. Can you repeat after me? 运动会. Awesome. See those fourth tones? 运动会. Let me know in the chat if you're liking this. 运动会. Someone says I got a Spanish ad. Yeah, you're probably going to get some language ads. 运动会. Very good. All right, and then sports. 体育. 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 If you're in a place where you can repeat after me, then perfect. You want to get these sounds into your ears and out your mouths. 体育. 体育. All right. And then for something to take place. 举行. 举行. I would put this not so much in basic vocabulary, this word. Sorry about that. 举行. All right. And then the bird's nest. 鸟巢. 鸟巢. That refers to the sports stadium in Beijing, the bird's nest. Let me type 1 in the chat if you have been to the bird's nest, if you've been to China, if you visited the bird's nest. I went there on my first trip. 鸟巢. 鸟巢. All right, so let's go back and let's read. Whoops. Let's read the headline of the article, everybody. We're going to read the headline of the article and we're going to try to pick out some words. Okay, follow along. 8月14日, that's August 14th to 至17日 to 17th, okay? So from August 14th to August 17th, 2025世界人形机器人运动会. Those were all of our vocabulary words right there. 世界人形机器人运动会在北京国家体育场鸟巢和国家速滑馆冰丝带举行. So what is it saying? From August 14th to August 17th, the 2025 World Humanoid Robot Sports Competition is taking place at the Beijing National Stadium, the Bird's Nest, and at the National Ice Skating, Speed Skating Oval, which they call the Ice Ribbon. Okay, a humanoid robot competition was just underway, you guys. From the 14th to the 17th, the 2025 World's Humanoid Robot Sports Competition is taking place at the Bird's Nest and the Ice Ribbon at Beijing. Okay? 8月14日至17日2025世界人形机器人运动会在北京国家体育场鸟巢和国家速滑馆冰丝带举行。Okay, this is real news, everybody. This is real news. I think I even have a picture. We have some more advanced vocabulary for the next section. This is what this is looking like, you guys. The 2025 World's Humanoid Robot. Oh, we have some we have some comments in the chat. 50 votes. Whoa, I'm going to end this poll. Wow, 50 people voted. Real Bacon says, actually impressive that this guy nailed all the sounds. Ah, thanks. Thank you. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to help everybody nail these. Okay, let's see. Well, there won't be... Yeah, this is a humanoid robot competition. This is real, everybody. This is not some story that I made up. This is a real news article. There is a humanoid robot sports competition. Okay? We got to stay on top of the game. I remember when I was young, you could only dream that one day there would be a human-like robot able to kind of do anything. You know, robots were, the technology is mind-blowing, isn't it? No, this is not pre-recorded. What's up, everybody? Not pre-recorded. Okay, how about a new poll? This is a pretty crazy picture, right? To learn Chinese for school. Let's see. We're going to do another poll. Why are we learning Chinese? I want you to think about, why are you wanting to learn Mandarin Chinese? For business, for personal... Here's a new poll. We got 140 people in the chat. I want to see at least 100 votes. Let's just tap these screens, everybody. Tap these screens. Tell the algorithm that, hey, something cool and something valuable is going on. We've got a lot of people congregating here that are into Mandarin Chinese for some reason, which I just think is an amazing community, right? When you are hanging out with people who want to learn Mandarin Chinese, by definition, you are hanging out with people who are brave, who are intelligent, who are determined. It's a good group of people. Good group of people. All right. To reconnect, someone wants to reconnect with their ancestors. That's awesome. Drew says, it is, bro. What do you mean? What do you mean? This is live. This is live, Drew. We are live. Also, look, everything you get on my channel is legit. Okay? I'm speaking to you from the heart. I'm going to work very hard to bring you things of value. I would never lie to my people that something is live when it's not. It boggles my mind that people even do that. So, yeah, okay. So now we have some more advanced vocabulary for the next section. Some more advanced vocabulary for the next section. And again, I want us to focus on the tones as we read these. We're going to focus on our tones. And by the way, if you're just chiming in or tuning in, let us know. We have over 100 people watching, but only 19 people have voted. Y'all, there's some kind of disconnect. I want to learn Chinese for what reason? Is it for brain health? Is it for school? Is it for business? Is it for personal adventure? Let me know in the chat. Okay. So, 参赛, 参赛. That means to participate. 参赛, 参赛. To participate, and specifically in a competition. All right, so the 参 part is more like the participation part of the word, and the 赛 part is more like the competition part of the word. So we're talking about participating in a competition. If we remember, we're talking about this humanoid robotics competition. Okay. 主体, 主体. Now we have two third tones here. Two third tones, which means we engage the third tone Sandy rule. When we have two consecutive third tones grouped together, especially in a word like this, the first third tone in the pair is going to be pronounced as a second tone. And you guys, that's for convenience. I love this because Mandarin Chinese has some rules, okay? They're for our convenience. It's not like rules in English where it's like, oh, I before E, except after C, you know, and we have all these rules for pronunciation, like when things are silent or not. In Mandarin Chinese, rules are actually here for our convenience. So it's to make things easier, not to just be an exception to a rule that we have to memorize for a seemingly arbitrary reason, okay? For example, this word, 主体, if I had to pronounce both third tones completely, I would have to say 主体, which is more work than 主体, right? Because as the third tone falls, it then rises. So that first third tone, we just truncate the first part of it, right? And we just make it a rising tone into another third tone. 主体, 主体. Awesome. Someone says, I can't read text. Chat is hiding it. Oh, I understand. We can't read the text. The chat is hiding it. One moment. I can make sure that we see our words a little more clearly. All right, so here I'm in this section right here. I'm describing, sorry about that. I'm describing this rule. I'm describing this rule. Am I completely blocked by the chat though? I want to make sure I find my important real estate. Okay. So how's it going? So we have 主体, 主体, which means main participant. We want to, if you are in a place where you can repeat after me, please take the opportunity. 主体, 主体, 主体. Very good. All right, on to the next word. The Real Bacon says, I need to go. Bacon, thanks so much for hanging out. Please hit that notification bell so you know when I'm live next. I'd love to see you again. All right. 综合性, 综合性, comprehensive. 综合性, 综合性. Fourth tone, falling tone. Second tone, rising. Fourth tone, falling. 综合性, 综合性. Ryan says, interesting. I live in the U.S. I've wondered what's the question, Ryan? Sorry, what's the question? Okay, we have 综合性. Oh, and we have some people in the chat helping others. Maybe hide the chat or minimize the chat so they can see the text more easily. This is great. These are my people. All right. 综合性, comprehensive. Then we have 竞技, 竞技, two fourth tones. 竞技, 竞技. Ezra, my dialect. We're speaking Mandarin Chinese here. This is Mandarin Chinese. This is Mandarin Chinese. All right. Drew says, Immediate subscribe here. I'm 96 days streak. I'm committed. Thank you for teaching us. I don't have long, but I'll be back with you. Thank you. Hey, Drew, thank you so much. And by the way, guys, I know there's some other apps out there. Apps that kind of throw flashcards at you or games where you're memorizing words. There are programs out there where you pay a bunch of money and you receive a bunch of videos, but then it's kind of upon you to extract all the knowledge out of them, and then you don't get feedback, like real professional feedback. I think that's a problem. I have bridged the gap, everybody. If you go to thechinesedojo.com, this is my program. I've been working like crazy for over a year to bring you a structured program where you master every single sound in Mandarin Chinese. Please join the waitlist. I have a focus group going right now. They've given me a bunch of feedback, and I'm about to roll the program out to the public. If you are on the waitlist, you will get the absolute best deal. And you get real feedback from me. So there are videos that cover theory and include practice opportunities. Then you have quizzes where you actually test your listening skills. You listen to real Mandarin Chinese audio files and you test your listening comprehension skills. But most famously, in how we're bridging the gap, there's practice opportunity. So you will be given prompts. You will actually record your own version and I will grade them. You'll have the Chinese tones guy grade your Mandarin pronunciation. And so I take you along a structured path toward learning how to pronounce every single sound in Mandarin Chinese. And I got to tell you, the biggest piece of feedback I've heard from the people in my focus group is they wish they started here. They wish, before trying out the Duolingos and the other programs, they wish they had started here because they realize that they're pronouncing a lot of things incorrectly and they have to unlearn and relearn things. So if you are just starting out and you want to make sure you get a rock solid foundation for Mandarin Chinese, please go to thechinesedojo.com and join that waitlist. And if you are intermediate and you've been speaking Mandarin Chinese for a while, but you're hitting a plateau because you realize you're not understanding the tones properly and you need to kind of repair your tones and pronunciation, also absolutely perfect for you. Please join the waitlist there. I would highly, highly, highly recommend it. We got the chats going crazy. Okay, back to the advanced vocabulary. What do we have? 赛事, 赛事, a sporting event. 赛事. 赛事. Oh, thanks, Drew. Yeah, I hope to see you there, Drew. Some says, is this the same guy? Yes, Michael. It is I, the Chinese tones guy. The one who posts a lot of tone twisters and tongue twisters. I got a question. What you learn in language program? Sorry, Azra, I was not in a language program in... I don't think I was part of that language program. Michael, I'm the Chinese tones guy. You see my tone twister videos, those tongue twister videos, which of course are not regular Chinese phrases. Those are like really sort of high level tonal differentiation exercises. So my whole point with those tongue twister videos is to show that if you can parse out those tones and hear the different tones in those final kind of ridiculous phrases, that means you're on the right track with your tones and pronunciation. Okay, sporting event, 赛事. Then, 首届, first or inaugural. Remember, guys, we're trying to read this article here. Okay, so we're about to read the bulk of this article here. I can read it again. We're going to cover some more vocabulary words. 世界人形机器人运动会是以人形机器人为参赛主体的综合性，以运动会形式展示人形机器人竞技的高水平舞台，吸引了全球范围机器人企业、机器人俱乐部及 高等院校一展风采. All right. Did we catch any of those vocabulary words there? Did we catch any of those vocabulary words there? Here we have 范围. Can you type 1 in the chat if you are getting a smooth stream, everybody? If you're getting a smooth stream, please type a 1 in the chat. We have 范围, which means scope or range. 范围. Can I get a 1 in the chat from some people if the stream is smooth? Okay, very cool. Very cool. Yes, 人形 is like humanoid. Yes, 人形 is humanoid or human-like. Okay. Yes, we're talking about the humanoid robotic competition. Okay, so we're going to start a poll. Again, there is a 2025 humanoid robot sports competition that took place. What are the robots going to do? Are they going to help us? Are they taking over? Oh, thanks, Scooby. We'll see you next time, Scooby. Thank you. All right, so 范围is scope or range, and 企业 third tone, fourth tone. 企业third tone, fourth tone. 企业. That one's maybe a little difficult if you're newer. I consider that a more advanced vocabulary word. That means industry. 企业 industry. Okay. Let's see. How's it going, Bob? How's it going, Bob? Let's see. This is really fun. I'm glad this popped on my page. I've been kind of learning since I was a kid. Never picked up conversational skills. Hey, this is your sign to dive right in. I tell you, one of the biggest regrets, right, as we're moving forward down the river of time, is to look back and think, man, if I had just been allocating even 20 minutes a day or half an hour a day or every other day, I would know the language by now. I'd be able to have a conversation by now. Don't let more of those chapters go by. All right, so make sure you join this community and let's get Mandarin Chinese into your toolbox so that we're able to have those conversations and use those skills and not be looking back, because I had that regret for a while. And I'm so glad I eventually dove into it, because Mandarin Chinese just changed my life like crazy. It changed my life like crazy. All right, we have 24 votes. Ooh, it's kind of split. What I mean, Avid says, I see just up to 范围. Oh, you don't see the 企业. Oh, I need to make sure. Does everyone see what I have circled here? 企业. Maybe not. Oh, maybe not. Yikes. Okay. If I push that up a little, we're going to move the more advanced vocabulary sign out of the range. Okay, we have 企业. Can we still see that? All right, cool. Thank you all. Thanks for that. Okay, so now we're going to go back. We are going to read this article about the 2025 humanoid robot sports competition, okay? And we're going to try to figure out if we can hear the vocabulary words. Okay. So the headline again. 8月14日至17日 from August 14th to August 17th. 2025世界人形机器人运动会 在北京国家体育场鸟巢和国家速滑馆冰丝带举行。So from August 14th to August 17th, the 2025 World's Humanoid Robot Competition is taking place at Beijing's National Sports Stadium, the Bird's Nest, and the National Speed Skating Arena, the Ice Ribbon, taking place at the Bird's Nest and the Ice Ribbon. Yes, the humanoid robot competition, which of course, this is real. This is real news. This was just happening in Beijing. Hello, 你好. Hello, 你好. Oh, 你是香港人. Okay. Awesome. Someone asked a question if what's the difference between 首届 and 首先? So the 首届 is the first of an event. It's like an inaugural event. Whereas 首先 means like firstly. Okay? Great question. Great question. All right, Lauren. What's up, Lauren? All right, so now on to the meat of the text. Okay. 世界人形机器人运动会. Again, that's the World's Humanoid Robot Competition. 是以人形机器人为参赛主体的综合性体育竞技赛事. So what is this saying? That's saying that the humanoid robots are the main participants in this World's Humanoid Robot Competition. And it's a comprehensive sporting event. All right, and they are letting us know, they're reiterating that the humanoid robots, all right, that's 人形机器人为参赛主体. That's the main participant in the sporting event. And this way is sort of means like as, all right? So the humanoid robots are acting as, or we can treat them as, the main participants of this comprehensive sporting event. Lauren says, what's 2 minus 2? That would be 0. How's it going, Sky? How's it going, Ani? Welcome in, everybody. If you're liking this, we are here. We're starting our day. We're learning Mandarin Chinese. We're improving our reading skills, our listening skills. We're making our brains more healthy. We're choosing to work on things that better our lives. Isn't this the greatest community? This is the kind of community you want to be a part of. Please join the waitlist at thechinesedojo.com. Please go to thechinesedojo.com. That's a program I've been working on like mad for more than a year to help people master Mandarin Chinese and accelerate their road to fluency. Okay. 作为全球首届以运动会形式展示人形机器人竞技的高水平舞台. All right, so what does this mean? So, 全球 means entire world, and 首届. Remember, we learned that 首届 is inaugural event. What's up, Muhammad? PIP Tune says, what HSK level is this equivalent to? You know, probably 5 or 6. We have some beginning words in here, but it is a real news article. Maybe 5. You know, maybe 5. What's up, Lauren? Why are we saying what? What's going on? Let's see. Invent new words in a sense. Michael, sorry, I'm not sure I understand the question. The chat's going really fast. I like your train of thought. I want to respond to that when I have a little more time. Sasha says, love from Italy. Hey, we love Italy. 意大利，你是意大利人。I really want to go back to Italy. I visited Rome, Florence, and Venice and just had an amazing time. Lauren is asking, I don't know what I don't know what's going on here with the math equations. Is this some kind of strange thing? Are they just testing if this is live? 1 minus 1 is also 0. I just have a sense of no, Michael, I love your enthusiasm. Michael, oh, I'll see you next time. All right. Yes. Yes, good night. Let's all wish Michael a good night. 晚安. 晚安. Good night. All right. Hey, the Italian gamer says, Ni hao. What's up? Italian gamer, let us know what games you like to play. All right. So, yes, okay. So here we go. We are going to read this last part again. So, oh, yeah. 全球首届. 首届. 首届 is inaugural event. So, as the world's inaugural competition of this nature, right? This is the first of its kind, this humanoid robot competition. Let's see. 以运动会形式展示人形机器人竞技的高水平舞台. All right, so this is demonstrating the the high level stage for demonstrating this humanoid robot competition for the world stage, okay? And we are attracting 全球范围机器人企业. We're attracting worldwide industry. Let's see, what do we have here? Attracting worldwide, we have scope, 范围机器人企业. 企业 means industry. So this is saying that this event, this inaugural event of the humanoid robot competition is attracting worldwide robotics industry folks, okay? The whole scope, full scope of industry related to robotics. We have robotics clubs and higher education of robotics. That's great. So 机器人俱乐部 is club, and 高等院校 is like higher education. 一展风采. All right. Very awesome. 再见 is goodbye, Azra. 再见. 再见. Oh, there was a strange glitch just now. Looked like. Okay, so that was the article, everyone. Very cool. We just read a real Chinese article. We focused on our tones and pronunciation, and we were reading about this humanoid sports competition. This was in the China Daily News. All right. If you're liking this, please join the waitlist at thechinesedojo.com. Again, that's my program where I help you learn Mandarin Chinese the right way and accelerate your road to fluency with actual feedback from me. It's not just a sayonara, see you later, here's a bunch of videos, right? No, I hold your hand through the whole thing. There are theory videos that involve practice sessions, listening comprehension quizzes where you test your listening skills, and actual feedback from me. You record voice audios, and I grade your tones and pronunciation. Perfect for anyone learning Chinese. New, beginners, intermediate, and advanced, it doesn't matter. Everyone needs better tones and pronunciation. But especially if you're more toward the beginning side, make sure you get that strong foundation in Mandarin Chinese first. All right. Okay, so now we're going to play a matching game. We are going to play a matching game. Lingua says, I've shown your videos to a lot of Chinese friends. They all tell me that you sound great. That means a lot. That means a lot. Hey, look, that is why I was able to, within a year and a half, so when I started taking Mandarin Chinese seriously, I was an adult in my mid-20s. In less than 2 years, I was performing on stage in front of hundreds of people, live shows, doing science experiments, all in Chinese. Do you see that picture there? You see me with that cape, and I'm pointing towards a beaker. That's me playing Dr. Y in a show called That Chemistry Show. I was doing chemistry experiments, on stage in Mandarin Chinese in front of hundreds, sometimes thousands of people. How is that possible? In less than 2 years, focusing on tones and pronunciation at the beginning. Look, you don't want your conversation partners to have to guess what you say all the time. And if you really want to have Mandarin Chinese transform your life, you need to be able to clearly communicate. It would have been completely impossible for me to be chosen to do huge live shows or be a leading actor in big budget films and TV shows if my pronunciation sounded terrible. Okay, people pay good money for those tickets, right? And they brought their kids to the shows and they want to have a smooth experience, right? When you watch a show or a movie, you want to sit back and relax. You don't want to have to be like thinking, what does he mean? What is he saying? Right? So I had 90 minutes. It was a 90 minutes of science experiments, all in Chinese. Yeah, so pretty crazy. Ended up playing the lead bad guy in the biggest science fiction story in China, The Three Body Problem, the original Chinese series, which you can see on Amazon Prime. That's me as Mike Evans at the top there in Three Body, which you can watch on Amazon Prime. There was a Netflix remake, which honestly, I don't recommend it. I don't recommend it. The original Chinese story is much more true to the actual stories. But if you're not an actor, right? You don't need to be an actor for Mandarin Chinese to change your life. I ended up selling a bunch of real estate because I knew some wealthy Chinese investors and they considered me a trustworthy source, and I brokered the deal in Chinese. I ended up becoming a real estate agent just so I could broker a multi-million-dollar deal. And I earned a bunch of commission. And then when I moved back to the United States, I landed multiple six-figure jobs in media and entertainment because I had the media skills, but I was one of the only guys, one of the only people in the room who also could speak Mandarin Chinese, which was very important to these companies. So I was able to command high salaries. You can command a much higher salary for yourself if you speak Mandarin Chinese. Because whatever industry you're in, I'm sure your company or your boss, or you, if you are the boss, wants to do business in China or with Chinese people in your area. It's an underplayed niche because so many people in Western countries don't speak Mandarin Chinese. So if you are one of the ones, if you are one of the few Westerners who can speak even just a little Mandarin Chinese, you can bring your talent to that market and be the trusted source in your category. And that's just huge. That's just huge. Okay, so let's play the matching game, okay? We have 邻居爱好选择饱可冬天 Okay. Oh, we have someone here who actually watched the Chinese Three Body Problem. Sweet. Okay. So, 邻居, first one. What do we have here? I'm going to try to type the... It takes me a little bit. I actually can type in Chinese and the pinyin pretty quickly, but I have to program these polls in real time. Okay, so is 邻居 A, B, C, D, Let us know. Let me know what you're thinking. What's the chat thinking? We have Linju. Linju. So A, we've got, it looks like some kind of ski lodge, winter cabin. B, we've got a group of people hanging out near an entrance of a house. C, what is that? Looks like someone who knows, just finished eating, it looks like. D, we've got a person in front of a bunch of doors. E says, what's your hobby? And F, we have, it looks like someone who's just finished a workout and they're drinking something. Okay, we have 9 votes. You guys, we have almost 100 people in the chat, only 9 votes. Can we get 30 votes? And by the way, tap those screens. Can we love tap the screens and let the algorithm know we're doing something cool here? This is actually something valuable to have on people's feeds, right? This isn't trash content. We're improving our skills. We're improving our brain here. We're learning Mandarin Chinese. We're boosting our job competitiveness. We're potentially boosting our income. All right, we got 12 votes. Let's get more votes. We have almost 100 people. Linju, Linju. What is it? We have second tone, first tone. Linju. Which one is it? Do we have A, B, C, or D? Linju. Linju. We have 13 votes. Can we get a few more votes? Because we have almost 100 people watching. Let's get at least 20 votes here. I know you can do it. Just tap on that poll at the bottom of your screen. Linju. Linju. Also, thank you so much for hearting the screen, hearting the live. I know it's kind of, weird to have to ask or whatever, but I do have to ask if you would subscribe and hit the notification bell. It really, really helps the channel. By getting that support from you guys, it helps me be able to allocate the time and the energy to putting all these slides together. It takes hours. I look through news articles. I look through reading material. I spend hours preparing for all this. I take a lot of time, out of my life to do this. And your way of helping me do that is by, telling the algorithm that you think this is cool. So by liking the screen or by subscribing, notification bell, whatever, I'm really, really grateful to you for doing that because it helps me put on these shows. Yes. Okay, we have 19 votes. Linju. What is Linju? Second tone, first tone. Yes, Mr. Beasley, thank you so much. Thank you. Linju. All right, we have 20 votes. We're ending the poll. We have about 21 votes. And if you said, excuse me, sorry about that. If you said B, you are correct. Linju means neighbor. Linju means neighbor. Okay, we're moving on to the next one here. We're going to play this little game before I have to end the live. Okay, so let's get in this last section of Mandarin Chinese repetitions here. So we have 爱好, 爱好, 爱好. Go ahead and submit your vote. 爱好, 爱好. Azra says hours to prepare. Well, I like my teachers and hours to prepare well. Like my teacher, they're always, yeah. Sean says, can you come visit me in Malaysia? My school is Chinese. It's called Moon. I'm not sure if I can. If you can type out the Chinese name, I can maybe pronounce that for you. I really hope to visit you in Malaysia one day. Visiting Malaysia would be awesome. Okay, so what are we doing? We have a new poll. Wait a second. Yeah, 爱好. We have 16 votes. 爱好. 爱好. We got 17 votes. Let's get some more votes. 17 votes. Please tap the screen. Join the poll. We're learning Mandarin Chinese. We're improving our brains here. We're maybe lifting our IQ. Imagine that. We're on social media actually getting smarter. That's what we need. We need more of that in the world, right? We are here on social media actually getting smarter. Okay, I hao. 2 fourth tones. Please repeat after me. I hao. I hao. I hao. That's right. I hao. I hao. All right. Ellie in the chat says, 我的爱好是读书. Okay, can we get a couple more votes? Let's try to get 20 votes at least. We have almost 100 people in the chat. We can get 1/5 of you amazing viewers to join the poll, can't we? Yes, Ellie. Oh, that's great, Ellie. Really, really good for you. I'm so happy to hear that. Okay, we have 20 votes. Let's close the poll. And what does the majority say? What does the majority say? Okay, the majority said E, and the majority was correct this time. Yes. 爱好 is hobby. It's a hobby. 爱好. 爱好 means hobby. So you can say my hobby is 我的爱好是 and then whatever it is. 我的爱好是. So let us know in the chat, what is your hobby? I want everyone to type your hobby in the chat. Let's get to know each other there. All right. We're focusing on tones and pronunciation. We're making sure we learn Mandarin Chinese the right way. Again, please make sure you join my waitlist at thechinesedojo.com. By the way, the waitlist is only going to be available for the next couple days, because then I'm launching this program publicly and the price will go up. But anyone on the waitlist is going to get the best deal, and I'm going to help you learn Mandarin Chinese the right way, okay, through videos that I've made that have theory and practice, listening quizzes to test your listening skills, and actual practice with real feedback from me. All right, real feedback from me. I can show you what this looks like, a little live demo. If I pull up my platform here on my phone, what you're going to do is you're going to read prompts and submit audio files to me. I will listen to them and actually give you feedback. So it's not a program where it's like, oh, here's a bunch of videos, good luck. Okay? So I'm going to hide this student's name. This is a real course member. And here is what it looks like on my side, from my end. Okay, so I get a bunch of audio files from a student.
不怕必留扑鼻
Right, and then what I do is I can record notes. And I can say, hey, that was awesome. Thank you so much for this homework. I really like how you're differentiating the b and the p. I can hear the alliteration required in the p. I want us to focus a little more on that second tone, though. I don't think we're rising steadily enough, okay? Just as an example of what a little piece of feedback might look like, and then I send that feedback. Hey, that was awesome. Thank you so much for this homework. I really like how you're differentiating the b and the p. I can hear the alliteration required in the p. I want us to focus a little more on that second tone, though. Isn't that cool? And then I'll send that feedback to the course member, to my student. And by the end of the course, you will know how to pronounce every single sound in the Mandarin Chinese language with complete 100% accuracy. Build a rock solid foundation. That means that as you continue learning Mandarin Chinese, when you hear new vocabulary words, you actually have context for what you're hearing. So you're more rapid. You memorize things more rapidly, which means you more rapidly expand your vocabulary, and you expand it the right way. If you're memorizing a bunch of words and phrases before you truly know how to pronounce things, or before you truly master tones, it means you're memorizing things with incorrect tones and pronunciation. I met a lot of people like that. They have to go back and relearn everything. They have to learn Chinese twice. Ugh. Make sure you learn Mandarin Chinese once the right way, okay? Join the waitlist at thechinesedojo.com. The waitlist is going away in a few days when this publicly releases. Okay. Okay. What do we have here? So you want to... Okay, the matching game. Okay. 选择. So I'm going to type in a new poll. We are going to type in the chat. What do you think 选择 is? It's number 3. Number 3, 选择 is either A, C, D, or F. Let us know in the poll what you think. All right, let's cast our votes. We're casting our votes. 选择. That's third tone, second tone. 选择. Third tone, second tone. That's right, 选择. Okay, what do we have? We got 9 votes. Cast your votes like crazy, y'all. We have almost 90 people in the live, but only 10 votes. What's going on? 选择. Go ahead and make your choice. Cast your vote. What do you think 选择 means? 选择, which one? We have 14 votes. We can get more votes. And by the way, if you're just joining, welcome. I'm Kenan. I'm a Chinese tones guy. I'm passionate about helping people learn Mandarin Chinese, stacking it on top of their pre-existing skills, bettering their life, boosting their job competitiveness, boosting their income, having a much cooler adventure in life. That's what we do when we learn Mandarin Chinese. What's going on? Yes, okay, go ahead and make your choice, everybody. Cast your vote. We have 20 votes. Lingua says, sorry for not voting. I'm washing the dishes while listening. You took time out of washing dishes to comment. I hope we didn't get the phone all covered in soap. I hope your phone still works. Frank says, first time to see your live stream. What's going on, Frank? Okay, and the results are in. The majority voted D for 选择, and that's exactly right. If anyone caught the hint, let me know if you caught the hint. I said make your choice. 选择 means choice. 选择, or to choose. Okay? So however it could be a verb or a noun. 选择 could be to choose, or it could be a choice. All right, so this person is choosing which door to go through. Which door to go through. Azra says, I'm cooking too. I want some food. What are we cooking? Forgo says, I'm studying for my HSK3 test while watching this. Awesome. That's exactly what we love to hear. Okay, 4, 饱, 饱, single word, 饱, third tone, 饱, 饱. Which one is 饱? Go ahead, type in the chat which one you think 饱 is. What do we got? We have 饱, 饱. And if you can, please repeat after me. If you're in a location or an environment where it's not weird to be repeating after some guy on YouTube, 饱. If you're in a subway or a taxi, I don't know, if you're in a meeting, that might be strange, but you could do it anyway. You know, and by osmosis, they'll learn some Mandarin Chinese as well. 饱. So what do we have? 饱 is either A, C, or F. Those are the remaining options, right? A, C, or F. Let's cast our votes. Cast our votes. Uh, all right. We have bao, bao. Third tone, falling and rising tone. Bao, bao. Okay, we'll give people maybe 20 seconds or so to cast their votes. Bao. The Chinese Dojo program is not going to be free, but it's going to be very, very affordable for what you get because you're going to get hours of teaching and multiple hours worth of feedback from me. It's going to require a moderate investment, but super, super worth it. I wish I could give it out for free, but it is my work, it is my job. So yeah, we all need our income. We all need our work to produce some kind of income for ourselves. So I can keep being able to offer the course to other people. Okay. If you are on the wait list, you're going to get the best deal. Everyone on the wait list is going to get the best possible offer I can manage, and I'm going to send that message out probably in 2 or 3 days. So you aren't obligated to purchase by joining the wait list, but if you're on the wait list, you will get the best deal that I'm ever going to release for the program. So I would highly recommend just being on the wait list. Right? You could join the wait list, and then if the program isn't for you, you could remove yourself from the list, or join the program when you're ready. But at least join the wait list and get that deal, right? Because if you're not on the wait list, you're going to have to, everyone who's not on the wait list is just going to go with the public offer. Okay, bao. The majority said C, bao, and the majority is correct. Bao. Bao. Oh, wow, the time is just flying by, everyone. Time is just flying by. Okay. Bao means full. So you can see this person just finished eating, it looks like, and it means to be full. Okay? It's an adjective. It can be used as an adverb or a verb, but it means full. Bao. And ke, third tone. Ke means thirsty, which is F, and dongtian. Dongtian is the last one, which means winter. It means winter. Oh, thanks, Azra. Thanks, Azra. That's all right. Yeah, I understand. But look, you're in school. You're investing in yourself and your skills, and that is the best investment you can make. You know, some people ask, hey, what stock should I invest in? What company should I invest in? By far, the biggest return you get out of life and out of investments is when you invest in skills for yourself. When you invest in skills in yourself, and especially something like Mandarin Chinese. If you take whatever skill you already have and stack Mandarin Chinese on top of it, you will explode the amount, you will greatly expand, I should say, the amount of business opportunities and income generating opportunities you could have in your life. And it'll be fun and it's good for you. Right? It's one of those rare things in life that are fun and it's good for your health and it helps you make more money. Mandarin Chinese is all of these things. Mr. Pianist. I love piano, by the way. I'm attempting to make this more regular. I think I will be streaming at 7 a.m. Pacific most Wednesdays and Fridays. Most Wednesdays and Fridays. So I will be streaming the day after tomorrow on Friday. Next Wednesday, I'll be out of town. I was invited to be an MC for a celebrity cooking show. Why was I invited, by the way? Because I speak Mandarin Chinese, you guys. I'm getting invited to so many cool events and projects and opportunities for work because I speak Mandarin Chinese. And I really, really want that for you too. I really want that for you guys. If I were to draw, I don't have a slide on this. Let me get all of these out. That was a fun matching game. Congratulations to everyone with the matching games. We learned 邻居 neighbor, 爱好 hobby. We learned 选择 choice, 饱 full, 渴 thirsty, and 冬天 winter. Okay. We'll do those readings next time because I have to go soon. But if I were to graph, I want to try to illustrate something through like a very simple graphic, you guys. Okay, so if I'm gonna graph, let's say, if I draw a person, let's see. If I draw a person, okay, and we're looking at Mandarin Chinese. So this person is looking at Mandarin Chinese. What I'm trying to illustrate here is something like perceived difficulty. So when we look at that's Chinese for Chinese. When we look at learning Mandarin Chinese, we see a wall. We see a wall, and everyone sees that wall. People in the West, we all see this wall. And it looks really, really difficult. And by the way, that's the reason why most people don't do it. Because from their perspective, we just see a really tall, insurmountable wall. And so we don't learn. And so most people in the West don't learn. They hear, oh, it's the hardest language in the world. I'll learn Spanish. I'll go do something else, right? When you actually start learning Mandarin Chinese, and when you do it the right way, when you learn tones and pronunciation at the beginning and make sure you understand and can produce the tones yourself, you climb this wall and then everything becomes kind of easy. It becomes much easier. Chinese grammar is super easy. When you learn tones and pronunciation, learning new words and concepts is much easier. And then you're in this pasture of ease. And you look back and you're like, wow, I climbed that one tough wall. But the fallacy, right? The fallacy is that the wall is like infinite. The problem is from where you're standing, you can't see over the wall. You don't see that the difficulty level goes down and that people are chilling over here. That person's neck is off their body. Sorry about that. They're chilling over here with more opportunity, increased competitiveness in the workplace. They're having a fun adventure over here. That person's body is connected now. Mr. Pianist says he's been learning for many years. Yes, of course. Learning languages is a lifelong process, right? Like I'm a native English speaker. There are a bunch of words and sayings in English that I don't know. If you pulled out an English dictionary and asked me to define every word, I wouldn't be able to do it. There's tens of thousands of words. But for Mandarin Chinese to be useful in your life, you don't need to be super fluent. You just need to be better than most people in your category or your area, which, by the way, in the West, in the US, and in Europe, to be better than most people in Mandarin Chinese is just knowing a little bit. You get over this wall. If you're basically a beginner, if you're at the point where you're just like HSK 2, you can introduce yourself in Chinese, hold a basic conversation. You are already more advanced in Chinese than most people in the West. And that's already the level. That's the level you need to be for it to start changing your life. It's not a, that's another thing I want to illustrate. It's not a, it's like a 0 or 1 fallacy. All right. Chinese is not a 0 or 1 type of thing. It's a spectrum, right? It's not you don't know any Chinese or you're completely fluent in Chinese. right? You can be anywhere along this line from 0% to 100%. And if, like, most people are here at 0. That's most people. And for Chinese to start changing your life, you need to be like here. Does this resonate with you? Does this like make sense? Does this resonate? Type yes in the chat if that makes sense. I swear, this is what I realized in my Mandarin Chinese journey. And you just need to be here on the scale for Mandarin Chinese to start changing your life. You don't need to be, look, there are so many Chinese words that I don't know. There are so many conversations in Mandarin Chinese that I couldn't have. Just the same as in my native language, in English. A bunch of words I don't know. So it's not this completely off or completely on kind of thing. And you just need to know a little bit for it to start changing your life. Make sure you learn the right way. Make sure you get to that point the right way by learning tones and pronunciation properly at the beginning, and getting over this initial wall and reaching this pasture of ease. Make that the smoothest possible process you can on yourself, whether it's with me or with someone else. Tones and pronunciation first. Tones and pronunciation first. Whether it's with me or with someone else. If it's with me, please join the waitlist at thechinesedojo.com. All right, if you want to do that with me. Let's see. Kayla says, at what point in learning Mandarin would it start to be beneficial to reach out and talk to people online? I'm doing spoken method only first. Not sure it's the best place to speak with people online. Kayla, if you're already speaking, you definitely want to find and create a kind of as much of a language learning environment for yourself as possible. So if you can find, a Discord server where people speak Chinese, if you have the resources to get a conversation partner, you can hire one-on-one conversation partners. If you download some Chinese social media apps like Douyin or Xiaohongshu, you can make some Chinese friends. Add them on WeChat, exchange voice memos. If you join my community, join thechinesedojo.com. Please join the waitlist. The waitlist is going away in a few days, but if you are on the waitlist, you're going to get the best possible offer I can muster. I'm going to have a Discord server where it's going to be called the Daily Dojo, where you get daily prompts and challenges, and where you can speak Chinese with people in there. Someone says, hello, please look and read. Right now I'm getting married. Says, okay, bro. Oh my gosh, congratulations that you're getting married. Congratulations. Ellie says, I passed my HSK 1 exam at the start of the year. I'm in middle school right now. I passed, I think, 181 out of 200 points. Wow, Ellie. Congratulations. Let's all clap for Ellie. You're in middle school and you're learning Mandarin Chinese. We got to be scared of you. You're gonna blow past me. That's wild, right? I wish I had learned in middle school. You are learning at the perfect time, Ellie. You're learning at the perfect time. That's amazing. By the time you are finished with high school, you could be fluent. That's amazing. I know some of us are not in middle school. Some of us are full-grown adults. That's okay. You can learn as an adult. I learned as an adult. Ellie, ask your parent or guardian, right, if you can be on the wait list for the Chinese dojo, right? If you're a parent or a guardian and maybe you are interested in learning Chinese, or you would like your child or someone you take care of to learn Chinese, make sure you can give Chinese as a gift, right? Join the wait list to be able to give this program as a gift to somebody, where through this program, you will learn how to pronounce every single sound in the Mandarin Chinese language with complete accuracy, with feedback from me. You guys, this has been an awesome live. Thank you so much. GLH says, do we use Mandarin-like tones in English? No, we do not. We absolutely do not. So the word tone in English, right? We have tone of voice. This is how do I make my eraser bigger? Oh, there we go. We have tone of voice, right? So we can inflect our voice and indicate feelings. I can inflect my voice up and ask a question like, do you like this? And I can ask a question. We can change our tone. I can sound angry or sad. But by changing the tone, we don't change the word, right? So I could say car. If I say car, 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 r, right? It's all car. It's all car. It all means the same thing. But in Mandarin Chinese, if I take a syllable like ba, if I say ba, 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 those are 4 completely different words. Completely different words. So you really need to learn how to differentiate tones properly. You don't want to make it incumbent on the person listening to you to have to guess what you mean all the time. That becomes really tired and annoying. And people can really only guess what you mean, by the way, when the context is completely obvious. When it's completely obvious. But for normal conversation and smooth conversation, you need to be understood. You need accurate tones. If anyone tells you otherwise, don't believe them. Just hands down, do not believe them. You need to have proper tones. You could also swap it to object eraser so it deletes the entire strokes. Oh, thanks. So yeah, the problem is I had a ton of different strokes. I wrote like a million different things. Okay, everybody. This has been awesome. Again, we ran through a news article just to help it get in your ears one more time. I'm going to read through this article one more time, and then we're going to wrap up the live because I have to get to the gym. We have our mental gym with Chinese, and then I encourage, physical exercise for everyone as well. All right, so this was breaking news. Go ahead and please tune your ears to my tones and pronunciation and see if you can make out some of the vocabulary words. I'm going to read this one more time before we end the live, and make sure as we're concluding the live stream, please tap the screen, show the algorithm some love. Please tell YouTube by subscribing or hitting the notification bell or by liking the chat or whatever it is that you think this content is cool. Help me reach more people. All right. 8月14日至17日2025世界人形机器人运动会在北京国家体育场鸟巢和国家速滑馆冰丝带举行。世界人形机器人运动会是以人形机器人为参赛主体的综合性体育竞技赛事，作为全球首届一运动会，形式展示人形机器人竞技的高水平舞台，吸引了全球范围机器人企业、机器人俱乐部及高等院校一展风采。Awesome. There it is. So from the 14th to the 17th, the 2025 World's Humanoid Robot Competition was held at Beijing at the Bird's Nest and at the Ice Ribbon. We learned that, and that's a picture of it right there. And we just learned that the humanoid robots were the main participants in this comprehensive sports competition, and it was the inaugural sports event of its kind on the world stage, attracting the full scope of industry in robotics, like robotics clubs and higher education robotics programs, right, demonstrating the brilliance and the amazingness of these robots. Okay. Sean is saying, I spent 5 years in my school. I'm still terrible. Can't hold a conversation in Chinese. I can't read or write. Sean, I'm sorry to hear that. I want to help you. I've seen a lot of people get there. Unfortunately, I think it's because a lot of people don't work on their tones and pronunciation properly at the beginning. Right? So we learn a lot of things incorrectly that way. Hello, Nisha. Ni hao. Ni hao. All right. Well, everybody, this was awesome. Thank you so much for joining this live stream, for reading the news with me, for playing those matching games. I really enjoy getting to know you. We have people tuning in from all over the world, which is great. This is the kind of community we want to be a part of, right? People who wake up and want to spend part of their day improving their minds, making their brain and their bodies more healthy, improving our skills. That's the cool thing about social media, right? It is a tool that we can use any way we wish, but we are the community that chooses to use it in a way that betters ourselves and makes us more capable to approach the world, to deliver things of value, and to have a more adventurous life. That's what we're doing with Mandarin Chinese. So thank you all so much. If you're not subscribed already, please subscribe so you know when I'm live. Hit that notification bell. And please join the waitlist for the awesome program that I've been developing at thechinesedojo.com. Anyone on that waitlist is going to get the best possible offer, which will go away in a couple days. So thank you all so much. Incredible live. Can't wait to see you all next time. Until next time, 下次见。非常感恩你们参加我的直播间，所以我就先走了。说到这里，现在我需要走啊，所以谢谢大家来参加我的直播间，非常感谢。好嘞，下次见，再见，拜拜。Thank you so much. Bye bye.